Good morning, everyone. So today I will try to explain you what we will do for the next timer and for the new red chair on Blackwing layer, especially showing you the route, how we just place most of the time on a progress, the trash, the boss, and everything. For this one, that we used a speed run. We did. It was 5 years ago, so it's a long time. But I mean, nothing will just really change. So it will be a perfect setup. I will also use the GDoc to help you understand everything regarding to our placement. Jasmin, merci. So, okay, perfect. On Reservoir, one thing, we use FAP, only FAP, it would be enough. And you see some of small thing here for the warrior, okay? CM is mind control player. The rest is just cardinal point. So you have northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Okay. We use this regarding to the map. So on, let me show you here. On this corner is northwest, southwest, southeast, northeast. Okay. Your tank, you take your spot, and you tank what will just spawn. Not really hard thing. We just have to clean everything, swap as quick as we can all the trash to not be submerged. But it won't be a big deal. I hope so. So I won't skip this one. It will be probably the longest fight on Blackwing Lair because the event took a long time. It's almost 20% of the speedrun timer just to clean this boss. And so here we fab to avoid the stun, we just nuke the boss and we move on Veil. Okay. So Veil. Classic placement, close to the front behind. We stay on this part. Healer and caster can already be on top if they want to. Price anyway can POH and get the warrior downside, so it will be easy for her to just be on the top, and Mage Warlock can also do it. For the bomb right now, I'm not really sure about it, but I think the first one drop on mana users, the second one on rage or energy user, and the third one on the tank. I hope we won't see the third one, but if we had the second one, we will maybe, I'm not sure about it right now, not probably on progress because we won't have the logistic to do it, but on speedrun we will probably use some warlock stuff to just summon you back to avoid you to just lose your buff at start like a moron. So as soon as you will have the buff, you will have to first use as much as you can the buff, then TP back on Ironforge. When you will TP, the debuff will be removed. You leave the red, you get group on another red with one or two free warlock, will summon you back close to the gate. You come back on red, you join us on the next pack, and GG, you don't lose your buff. But on progress, we will just probably just battle ratio or drop you on store, a storm with the warlock. So just to avoid any fucking shit during the progress, remember this boss could be maybe the fucking fucking biggest fail if we don't respect at least the start. All right, just respect the start with the tank threat. Leave some seconds to the tank to build threat. Listen to Discord if Ariana or Renox, it will be probably Renox, so if Renox have some threat issue, he will probably just tell us to just stop. Please just stop. Because if the boss turned to the right, maybe he did it on the red this time, not on this one. No, no. Okay, and yeah, this bomb was on a hunter, so mana user. Maybe I'm right on the cooldown, but I'm not sure about it. But anyway, please watch out. Delay a bit your DPS. Be sure to not over aggro. I beg you. Okay. For the rest, we will use the same technique on progress. I'm guessing right now if you will have to equip boots or not. But, okay. So you saw all the rain moving close to the barrel right here. We will just do the same thing. But don't do like this one. I don't know who it is, but please close to the barrel, all right? Don't take any risk to pull everything. Then we just fucking get in the pack. We turn back the caster, okay, to avoid the fire volley on all the red. We burned the Wyrmid. Then we move on the other one, the Flame Kale, I think. And we finish with the captain. We also sapper here. Don't forget, this is a speedrun run, okay, with ZG buff, DMF buff, and all the gear we can add in P4. So don't try to compare the DPS, the pace, okay? It's just look at the route, look at the placement, look at the trash, the mob, what we will have to do, okay? The pace will be for sure a bit slower. Mage, I will count on you to apply the buff to reduce the magic spell on us. Pretty sure you already know it, but just a quick reminder is not a bad thing. And we will have the gauntlet. For no, sorry, I'm still wondering if we will go as 3 or 4 rogues. Unfortunately, because we had some one of them just tilt a bit on Discord several days before, and I have to be sure if I want to use or not Taishili as a 4 rogues to do the gauntlet. Maybe I will do it, maybe not. Still wondering. But everything here will be on Ata shoulders again, okay? The goal is to pull all the big Wyrmid here. Those one can just unstealth the rogue with the fire AoE, so rogue, be careful on those one, please. This is the most terrifying things for you. If they are close to you, you risk to get unstealth and just to fucking die. So be really far away from them. I think, if I'm not wrong, that the AoE fire is about 20 yards. Not sure about it. I will have to maybe check on what's the name? Eveilleur Griffmore. Let me see. Eveilleur Griffmore. Do I have the Eveilleur Griffmore ability technique? It should be this. Oh. Okay, never mind. Oh, it's higher than expected. So 100 yards. So you have to be really, really far away from those mobs. Where was my video? Yep, here, sorry. we will also use the safest path for the progress, so no rush on the left side. Also into the top, it will be on the right side. Why here right side on down path? Because we don't want to aggro everything on the top side. And why we will be also on right side on the top side? Because we don't want to have some player knock back on the downside. You will see why after. Everything for progress is just to minimize the fail and to have a regular pace. We are not going for a world first anyway. We just try to be efficient on Thunderstrike, so there is no need to take a lot of risk. So everything here is related to Rogue's work, how they manage to remove the trap, how we can use this time to just push and move deeper. Most of the time, we do some stop AoE call. So most of the time, no AoE, and at some point, I will just ask for the mages to AoE and full AoE. At this time, Paladin and also mages with maybe some leap get ready to bop if they don't have any leap cooldown to save mage asses. Maybe also some AoE taunt if we have
Allô?
to use it.
Ah, pardon. Je te dérange?
Oui, je te récupère après.
Pardon.
Oui, pas de souci. So here you saw we were moving to the right side. We will do the same thing, exactly the same thing. What we have to avoid to have a red at this stage of failed, if we can call that, is to prevent the stacking of this debuff. Okay, this is this one, the big wyrming to just stack this shit, like I'll show you before, 100 yards, and to prevent this, we have to quick focus this one. The pull pace has to be related also to this. So maybe if we have to delay one, if we can delay one to destack, we can destack, it will be perfect. Otherwise, you can also stay a bit behind because 100 yards is still 100 yards. And you should manage if you are too high to just stay behind, destack, and move back after. But here it was a bit shaky. We were fucking lucky because here you saw it. We didn't have a cast before we managed to remove the buff. So it was probably at the second frame exactly. So it was nice. Here everything was perfect, no trap, setup, good setup for the pool of Broodlord. So we get in, we get the boss, we can pull it wherever we want. Just choose a nice spot to get knocked back on the wall for the tank and also on the wall for the DPS. Don't forget if we had to help on some on Dragonling kill, especially if they are stacking on healers behind because there is not that much mages, so maybe we will have to ask some warrior to help them. As soon as we kill it, the door will open, we will have to pull the next. Finish also the small dragonlings. And here, for the next 20 minutes, maybe you haven't did that way. That way, sorry. The placement of the boss, the placement of the trash, but I will use this because I use this all the time for the progress run. Okay, so we have a pull on Firemo. He will get just popped here close to this placement, and here we just wreck the boss and we kill it before we had to destack or whatever. But on the progress, one warrior will be here. All right, so you will have some healer who will be on site, just in line of sight right here, to be able to heal. We will call that the MT1, for example. Just shut up here. And the off tank, there will be two off tank. Okay, most of the time it's just to allow one of the off tank to just destack when one is in position, etc., etc. So one main tank will be here, the off tank will be here, and when the wing buffet is close to get cast, the off tank don't get the wing buffet. The buffs move back on empty. And to be sure we don't lose any off tank, because the line of sight right here won't be good for the healer here. We will drop also some healer just at this spot right here, and they will be able to have the off tank in line of sight and don't take the debuff. Okay, for the rest, for the melee, for the caster, for the hunter, you will have to unstack on progress. All right, you move max on top at 6-7 debuff. Okay, 6 should be the max. As soon as you get 6, you move back, you destack wherever you want. You can destack here, you can destack just behind. I don't care. Just destack and don't die. Of course, maybe you could be lucky because we will have the Uberes fire resistance buff. You will have, merci beaucoup. We will have the Juju. Some of you maybe also will have some paladins to get the fire resistance aura. So maybe you won't have to destack yourself and it will be just a lucky day for you. But watch your debuff, please, and get ready to destack. And here, okay, the route. It should be like here on speedrun also. If Warcraft log keeps the same amount of tech pack to kill, we skip most of the time the one on the right, sorry, and the one on the left. They are really easy to dodge. You just have to understand one thing. I will show you right here. Here. Okay, so here you have a line. Okay, you saw it the line. Don't cross this line, because if you cross this line right here, this mob here will aggro. So you just keep here on the line, and we will just push like that to pull the pack in front of us, and that's all. Okay, if you stay on the left of the line close to this spot, no problem, no aggro, perfect one. We FAP at this time. Okay. Why not? Why not? So we didn't use a rage pot on Firewall. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. I don't know if it was, to be honest. Okay. For the rest, it will be take back. On classic run, we choose to use dynamite on the second and on the fourth one, because this one is pretty easy to pull and we can be really quick on spot. Also, they are pretty grouped, so it's really easy to just AoE them. For players who are not really familiar with the tech pack, this is probably one of the easy spot where you can die. Um, uh, to be sure you get the mechanic of the pack. Okay, you saw the dynamite casted. As soon as they cast it, they target someone, of course, and the dynamite just spin in the air and just drop some second after where the player was. If you are on spot at the time on the dynamite just crash on the ground, you're fucking dead. I mean, just not if you get one, but if you get the three, four, five at the same time, you're dead. You will be dead. So you have to watch the cast, see where the goblin are casting, and get ready to move almost all the time to dodge it. But when you move, of course, just don't move all over the place just to just jump and move for no reason. Be sure you don't move where the goblin are just looking at. If we are good, it should be tanked by mage, but it's not that easy, and we will just push on DPS also. So it's more about individual understanding of the mechanic and just be able to just dodge dynamite as much as you can. Um, Also, don't forget to kick on the Blue Devils, the Spellbinder, I think, and try to pack them with Warlock. And when you get the Warlock and the mob, you can try to pack them on this mob. Okay, here we had some specific pull. You saw the Paladin coming back. We have just a pack right here, so Paladin will go pull it, drop here on this spot, and here we have to stay back and wait until everything is here, and here we will use dynamite. But we have to use this at the same times with all player to be sure it will eat all the mob. Alright, and also when we do this, you don't do any spell, you don't go further at this spot, because if you go further at this spot, everything will just turn back on us, and we will have a big dynamite bombing coming on all the red. And because it will probably drop on the first one, the player behind won't realize it until the dynamites are already in the air. Okay, so you will stay behind, you will wait for the call. On the call, we use the dynamite. Here, we jump in, we nuke them, and we keep the job on kicking, trying to pack as much as we can all the humanoid. Next one is the most tricky one because the placement is really huge. You have mob who are far behind, so it's fucking hard. But here, mage is supposed to get in, get the tech pack, and tank it until we manage to clean them. They don't have that much HP anyway, but they hit hard if you get targeted by dynamite. Okay. Next one will be a paladin pull also. So just to move back to the GDoc, for now we put the dynamite on the first pack, but it will be probably on the second tech pack. I will just swap that tonight, or I will ask to Ariana to do it. So it will be on the second and on the fourth one. All right. And I forget also to tell you, but on all dragon, just pick your cloak. I mean the Onyxia one, and don't forget to equip it, because if for any reason, just for any reason, the mob just breath on the red, if we are full buff with Titan, we should manage to survive the breath. But if you don't have the cloak, you are dead. So don't forget to equip it, please. Okay, I move back. Sorry on this one. So you see, Paladin Burl, you don't do anything. For example, this player here, that was close to be a fucking mistake. You have to just wait behind until everything is back. Then we move together as a big ball and we drop the dynamite. And you see that if we manage to drop the dynamite at the same time, like 40 players, we almost kill all the tech pack on the dynamite volley. Okay, so again and again, same thing, pack, clean, blah, 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 blah. Next pack will be, should be an easy one because we will use the FAP on this one. But don't forget, okay, those Wyrmid are the most scary thing in Blackwing Lair. They have several ability. The most painful one is the sleep. Just put a debuff on the tank who cannot tank anyway, and the mob will just roam all over. And most of the time, it's just run all over the healer. So one of tank have to take it because we will be with on FAP. It won't be a big deal on those 3-1 because we won't we we don't care about the stun on melee. And another painful one is the whirlwind, and you will saw it on the other one on top. They have also other ability, but they are not really painful. You have the one which just put a magic debuff, Frost one, which just reduce melee attack of the tank. Another one where we put some fire damage on the tank, and another one we put dot on the tank who did also fire damage. But the two most dangerous are the whirlwind and the sleep. Okay, perfect. So don't forget your cloak. We will put a bone rock on this spot, just right here. One tank will be here, close to this corner. Another will taunt on the left to get the wing buffet. And to avoid a knockback, of course, on the right. We clean it quick. Maybe we will have to use a third tank also if we are not really lucky on the debuff. It will depend on the timer of the wing buffet and all the shit. And as soon as this one is dead, we pull the second one. We'll do almost the same thing. We just have to be sure we won't get knocked back on the other wheel. This is the only thing we want to avoid. Of course, pay attention to aggro also on this one. And for healers, just for the record, we will only have one hunter during the progress, so we probably have to soak the fury for some seconds. I think it's like we have to soak it for like 6 or 8 seconds probably until Atta got a timer back to trunk shot him. Okay, and this pack we cannot. Oh, we can. Why we didn't fap? We fap. Maybe we fap. Yeah, we fap. Okay, so we can fap on both. Why would we just fucking use fap on both packs? Then? I thought we didn't have the time. It seems like we had the time to use Fab on both, so it's perfect. And you will see the rewind ability on me here. Okay, I start to rewind. You saw me. Uh, to be honest, there is a way to avoid the DPS of this skill. You have to be exactly max distance at the opposite of the player who gets the buff. If you are here, you won't get it. But if you are like most player right here, so it's not like 180 degrees, okay? It's just right here. Jesus, okay? You saw it? It's scaled on the weapon of the player who gets the debuff, so the strongest weapon you have, the higher DPS you will do on the red. And like you saw, it's quick. It's fucking quick. So the goal when one player is just starting to wheelwind, just to taunt out the trash and to move it away to avoid any death. Yep. Okay. We will use other strategy probably on speedrun regarding to this pack. It's not the time to speak about it, but on progress we will clean it because I'm pretty sure you know Black Lotus are fucking expensive. Yeah, we had a pretty rough RNG on the speedrun. 2 wheel wine was fucking hard, but we still managed to kill them and just lost one player, so not that bad. And for the placement of Chromagus, it would be the same. Directly on his spawn. Don't forget to hide until we know the breath, okay? There won't be a lot of breath. We can probably soak some of them. I'm not sure which one right here, but it should be okay. But until we know if there is a time lapse or not, please hide. Okay, I show you everything. You have the route, and well, I just have to say you good day and see you on Wednesday. Bye.